gonna make a whack-a-mole for your dog. Hey everyone, welcome to Kong Prep Sunday. So back before the pandemic, or during the pandemic, I started this series of YouTube videos for funsies, highlighting some enrichment ideas and things like that. But really, it was just to pass the time. But then I wanted to get back to things. So if you don't know who I am, I'm Nicole. I'm the owner of We Work for Treats, which is an online virtual dog training studio. We have an amazing community called the Treats Community that helps fearful and anxious dogs. We have a free tier which you can gain access to that has enrichment ideas like this. So if you want to head over there, we kind of break down how to not only do today's enrichment activity, but how you can potentially train it for your dogs who are a little bit more shy, don't know what's up, right? So you can head on over there. The Kibble Crew membership is free, and then we also have tiers from there as well, making dog training for your fearful and anxious dog a little bit more accessible. So let's dive in today. We're gonna make a whack-a-mole for your dog. So I had this idea. I was doing a class series on That's So Fetch and tug of war and all that kind of stuff. And one of the dogs I was working with really liked having the toy kind of like under the covers and kind of like a cat, you know, like kind of like, ooh, where's that toy? And like kind of like burrowing for it. So I kind of was like, oh, what about whack-a-mole for dogs? So I was like, I can, you know, take a box, cut some holes into it, and then have the toy like stick out of it. So that's all you need to do is get a box. We're gonna cut some holes in it. We're gonna make a whack-a-mole toy with it for our dog. You can go over to the Treats Community to figure out how to actually train this with your dog. We're just gonna go over how to make it, the box in this video here, but it could be as simple as that where you just cut some holes. But what we are going to do is we're gonna make it pretty too. So I got my box. I got some paint. I got some random wall paint that I have. Maybe scissors or a X-Acto knife, be careful. And then I got some fun paints to like paint something cute on it. Just all the tools to kind of do the painting. This is really good for dogs who like to burrow, who like to play fetch or catch, things like that with like toys and stuff like that. And kind of like the element of surprise. Maybe they're like cats. All right, let's dive in. So you could easily just make it with like holes on the top and just doing it from above. But I'm going to make holes on all the sides. So make it a little fun for my dog. So at the start of the pandemic, I started making these videos, and I have a couple DIY puzzle videos, but I also have some videos on like kind of like how to puzzle, because every dog has a different kind of like skill set, but at the same time a different kind of interest of exploring food and exploring toys. And it really comes down to like the prey sequence. So you got stalk, chase, grab, bite, and all that kind of stuff, which I go into in some of my enrichment ideas in the community, which you can go and check out. So really tapping into what your dog's special kind of interests are is really good when you're doing this. And so this might not be like totally your dog's jam, but we can also train it. I bet you Peanut, she's not gonna be really into this, but when I'm all done, I'm gonna see if she's kind of like has an idea of how to explore it, and then I'm going to train her to get kind of into it.
I eat my words a little bit after this. Peanut actually very much enjoyed this, and you'll see at the end of the video her being a great whack-a-mole, bite-a-mole participant.
Because sometimes she's just kind of like a little nervous and doesn't really know what's kind of going on or what's kind of expected of her. She doesn't naturally have some like play in her, like her play, if she was to naturally kind of tap into her play skills. They're a little bit more like chasing and grabbing, specifically feet, which is not so ideal when you have a toddler. So that's kind of like a big thing for her. So when it comes to like toys, like unless they're like a really large object that's moving rapidly and consistently, she's not one to kind of go for it. So yeah, people's feet are great for her. But toys, you know, they kind of lose their luster, so I do have to kind of train the skill into her. So I want you to kind of think about that when you're kind of like trying to add enrichment to your dog's life. Just because you think this is what dogs should do might not be actually your dog's interest. We can train it and it could just become like a trick, a skill. But at the core of it, enrichment is really tapping into your dog's natural instincts and desires. So I will say that this is potentially an interest and a desire of some of the dogs that I work with. But for Peanut, this will end up being a trick, a skill. Did I do it? I think I did it. I'm going to use the X-Acto knife because I'm dangerous if I know how to work it. And never throw out your recycling. All right, so put this in your little pile off to the side to add to a treat box. All right, you can shred it up. You can just leave it as is. Even roll it up. I'm gonna go do that right now. What do you think, Peanut? That's what happens when you have ADHD. College days are coming back. There's already falling out. Let's see. A homemade puzzle out of scraps of a homemade puzzle. What do you think? Back to the whack-a-mole. What are we doing? Oh yeah, we're cutting off the sides with the X-Acto knife. Save that. Okay, so idea is whole hand toy goes in here. Maybe I should go get a toy. But anyways, a peanut for a peanut. Put it in and you're gonna put it out the holes. I'm gonna make a hole on this side, I'm gonna make a hole on this side. I'm gonna make maybe a hole here to the side, and then I'm gonna probably do like 3 holes on top. Guess we'll find out. Save it. Hole 1. Hole 2. Hello. Yeah, this peanut's too big. I like the iron cut. Little turtle. Where is he coming from? Oh. Alright. I gotta paint this. I think I'm done. Alright, now it needs to dry. And then we can teach Peanut how to play this game.
Ta-da! Don't get discouraged if your dog's really not into this. It just might not be their cup of tea. However, head over to the Treats community. Our free tier at the Kibble Crew membership provides you some tips and tricks on how to teach your dog to bite, essentially. We call it Take It. So head on over there and be kind to yourself and your dog and be patient. It sometimes is more so a trick for some dogs versus something that's instinctually fun. If you like this video, hit subscribe. I'm going to get back into YouTubing, but I really wanted to make it lighthearted and fun. I have some ideas of like making some agility equipment with at-home stuff, along with I'm going to maybe create some fun like Met Gala looks for Peanut. Yes, you heard me right. I really just think it'd be a total like laugh. That's all I want to do. I just want to laugh. So give me your feedback if you like these videos and what would you like to see more of or less of, or any little tips and tricks along the way.
Yes, good girl.